So, coming from CNBC, Micron hits $1 trillion market cap for first time as stock surges 19%. So basically, the stock surged by $200 billion, all based off of the AI fraud, right? The good thing about the AI fraud is they're making sure everybody involved gets their cut from the proceeds. So yeah, we now have another trillion-dollar company, because it's 2026, and if you have a technology company that's not worth $1 trillion, you really got to ask yourself, what are you doing in life? Why I'm getting concerned about this is simply this is all based off of the AI fraud, right? You have all of these AI companies, they are flush with insane amounts of money. It's a competitive marketplace for the hardware. Only a certain number of companies actually produce the hardware. There's only so much hardware that they actually produce. And so basically, you have a few companies that are all chasing after this hardware, driving up the value, the cost of the hardware, the price, which is basically doing very well for the companies that provide the hardware, right? Micron is $1 trillion now. Was it SK Hynix is over $1 trillion now. We're seeing the valuations of these hardware companies just go up and up and up and up and up. The problem that I see with this, though, is we're not seeing these valuations go up because their technology is fundamentally better. It's not like you're looking at the valuation of Huawei go up because 4 years ago they were not building AI accelerators and now they are building AI accelerators. So it makes sense, right? They're a hardware company. They're producing new and more valuable things, and that's what's driving the value of Huawei up. When you look at Micron or SK Hynix, basically what's going on, more or less, look, they are developing shit, but let's be clear. Most of this is simply coming from they have old school technology that they were already producing. The value of that has gone through the roof. And so now all that's happening is they're simply charging 3 times more for the products than they used to charge, right? Which, look, from a profit standpoint, that's fine. I don't have much of an issue from a profit standpoint. Where this gets very concerning is when you see the stock prices go up. Because when you see that hockey stick of a stock price, the question you got to ask yourself is what happens when you get to the top of that, right? I think it's going to get ugly. When everything implodes with this whole AI fraud, one of the issues is going to be is not only is the value of OpenAI going to tank, not only is the value of Anthropic and SpaceX and all these companies going to tank, but there's a lot of these ancillary companies where there's going to be a lot of issues. This is one of the things I talked about with the Great Recession. And when I learned from firsthand experience the domino effect of economic disasters, right? I remember when Bear Stearns fell. I remember we had a row house in downtown Baltimore. I would sit on my back little porch in the mornings, reading Wall Street Journal, drinking a cup of coffee, on my little Kindle. I remember the day Bear Stearns fell because it was a big day in the financial world. And I remember not caring, right? At that point in time, my little business was doubling every 60 to 90 days. It was like, sucks to be Bear Stearns. Not my problem. I learned to do the proper thing in life. And then after that, there started to be issues with the real estate market, right? So again, I wasn't highly invested in real estate. Things did not go well with me with real estate, but that's not where my money was at. So it's like, okay, yeah, it is a bit of it's a financial hit, but it's not the biggest financial hit in the world, right? Sucks to be people that were flipping houses. Sucks to be them. And then it hit the people that were renovating the houses to be flipped. Then it hit, right? And that's what I talk about. Like every 3 months, another economic domino fell. And then by April of 2009, that's when game was over for me. And that's my concern is when this AI fraud goes boom, the first thing that's going to happen, right? You're going to have a lot of people like, yeah, fuck Elon Musk, right? That's exciting, right? F Elon Musk, F Sam Altman, F Dario, they're getting what they deserve. But then the other dominoes are gonna fall. Like, think about this with these data centers, right? Multiples of the size of Manhattan. I mean, You'd have to want to be Mark Zuckerberg to have a data center only the size of Manhattan, right? Utah now, they're going to be putting a data center apparently twice the size of Manhattan, because that's the world we're in. Now you hear about, look, that is dumb, that's stupid, that's foolish, the whole 9 yards. But one of the things to consider is when you're building data centers that big, that's a lot of cement that has to get put down. Those are a lot of beams that has to be put up, right? That's a lot of electrical work. That's a lot of plumbing work. That's a lot of, good old standard vocational jobs, and people are getting paid to do that work. When everything goes boom, those jobs go away too. And that's with Micron and that type of thing that I get concerned about. And SK Hynix, right? Their valuations are now above $1 trillion. That seems great. But what happens when you go to the other side? Like, look at and this is where I say, this is just insane. So this is not a startup company. Micron has been around for God knows how long. I mean, if you look at this, in May 28th, 2025. So a year, yeah. So this is 1 year. So this is the 1 year. May 28th, 2025, it was at $96 a share, right? This is a company that has been around for a long damn time, right? This is a mature company founded in 1978. So it's been around for a long time. It was at $96 a share 1 year ago, and is now up to, whatever, showing up here at $909 per share. It's up by 845% in a year, not because of technological innovation, not because of supply chain innovation, not because of any of that, all simply based off of the AI fraud. Oh, it's gonna get ugly. Oh, it's going to get so bad. Let's see here. If we go down, take a look. Micron topped $1 trillion market value for the first time on Tuesday as shares popped 19%. Right? Yeah, so that's where you take a look here. So if you look at, this little thing's being all wonky on me today. Come on, give me my thing. So if we look here, so May 18th, so as I see it, this is May 28th. So 10 days ago, it's at $681 a share. Again, up 907. So it's up by, it's up by over 200. It's like $230 a share. It's up in 10 days, right? Driven by insatiable AI demand for its memory. The stock surge came as UBS tripled its price target on the stock from $535 to $1,625 a share, citing long-term agreement opportunities with partially fixed pricing. And that's going to be the other thing too with all this that gets very concerning is, contracts are contracts. Like, they are what they are. There is this idea, right, to the normies out there, that when you have a contract is as good as gold. No, a contract is something that you can use to take to court to try to get some money out of a complete and utter disaster. But it's not necessarily as, written in stone as people think it is. And so one of the big concerns here, again, with this whole AI fraud, right, OpenAI and these AI companies are going out there and they are writing contracts. And so contracts are supposed to be more or less as good as gold, especially if you're getting those contracts from significant companies, right? You go out and there's some ghetto-ass fly-by-night company out there and you get them to sign a contract. Who the hell knows what that's actually worth? But look, this is OpenAI. This is OpenAI. This is not a ghetto company. This is not a fly-by-night company. This is $1 trillion company. And they've signed a contract with you. Yeah, but, if they go bankrupt, if they'll go back, it doesn't matter, right? Like I had a buddy of mine in Baltimore. He was having his roof fixed or roof redone. They totally screwed up. They totally asked that up. So anyways, he took him to court. Cost him $20,000 in legal fees to sue the ever-loving crap out of the company that fucked up his roof. He won like $30,000 plus legal fees. So he was supposed to get $50,000 in cash from the company. But the owner of the company had basically bankrupted it right before the court, whatever, passed down their ruling. Right? So basically, my friend was out $30,000. My friend then spent another $20,000 to go to court. So he had put like $50,000 into this. He literally won the court case and the company he was suing was bankrupt, ergo, they didn't have to pay anything. So my friend paid $20,000 to be right, and that was about it. And that's one of the things you run into, again, in the real world of business and all that kind of stuff, where I said, like, contracts are contracts. Contracts are very valuable as long as you understand, like, kind of the scope of their value. And so that's one of the big issues, too, with so many, like, these hardware companies. Again, whether it's Micron or SK Hynix or whether it's Samsung, anybody else, they have all these contracts, right? Like with Oracle, right? OpenAI has signed a $300 billion contract with Oracle, right? So Oracle should be good. But think about this, and I really want you to think about this for a second. The banks are not willing to loan Oracle money based off of those contracts. Right now, or previously, Oracle laid off 30,000 employees because the banks were not willing to provide loans and investors were not willing to provide any more money. So even though OpenAI has signed $300 billion in contracts, people whose job it is to analyze, financial risk is looking at that and basically saying they don't really trust Sam Altman. And so the thing to consider is when you're thinking about this and you look at the Microns and the SK Hynix and all that kind of thing, when they're talking about these valuations, right? So the value was $535, right? Now they're forecasting that the value for Micron is going to be $1,600. Currently, it's at $900. And the idea is, look, they have long-term contracts, which are valuable right up until everything goes boom and everybody starts going bankrupt. Right? That's the kind of stuff that I get worried about with this. Quote, we believe the market will start to put a more, quote, normal multiple on the stock, and MU will continue to re-rate higher as more details emerge about structural changes AI has driven to the entire memory complex. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I do think they will get a more normal multiple. I think we disagree on what that will be. The new price target suggests shares could more than double from Friday's close. So it's just going to go up, up, up. So the whole idea that it was $96 a year ago, it's $900 now. And now they're talking about it going up to $1,800 because AI has, quote unquote, rewritten the rules on everything. Spoiler alert, I've been through this a few times before. Nobody rewrites the rules on everything. It's just functionally not how any of this works. So anyways, so what do you think about this? What do you think about Micron being worth $1 trillion, getting into the $1 trillion club? When you look at how fast the valuation of that company has gone up, does that make you feel comfortable? I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, you want them on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, there is a link in the doobly-doo. And if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.